Hi there, this is Dave Tickerson for Reference Books Bulletin. We are the reference reviewers for Booklist Online, and this is a feature in which we not only review the book, but tell you about it. Pay close attention, there's going to be a quiz at the end. We like to pick interesting and useful reference books, and today we have one that's not only interesting, but very powerful, because it's the Encyclopedia of Power. Let's go get it. Let's see, here we go, Encyclopedia of Power. Now if you're like me, when you see this book, you're thinking wind turbines, solar panels, nuclear energy, and if you're like me, you're going to be completely wrong. It's not that kind of power. This is the other kind of power. We're talking power in relationships, power in politics. We're talking world domination, total control power. Is this a powerful book? Published by Sage in 2011, this is the first ever encyclopedia on this kind of power. It was compiled by an international team of experts whose expertise is evident throughout the work. It was edited by Keith Dowding, who's a worldwide expert in economics and political science. How do I know? I looked him up in Wikipedia, and it told me so, and it's got to be right, because he wrote most of that biography. Now, as you read through this encyclopedia, you're going to learn a lot about power, and it covers power primarily in relationships. International relationships, political relationships, social relationships, even personal relationships. As I said earlier, there's never been an encyclopedia like this published before. Because it's written by international experts who really know the field, it's pretty much an academic resource. A lot of the articles, especially those on fields like game theory, decision science, chaos theory, have a lot of mathematics, and so you're going to have to know your differential equations in order to really understand what's in this title. Unfortunately, as good a source as this is, it does have its quirks. One of them is that there's no entry after a biography of somebody named Wright, which means there are no subjects in X, Y, or Z in this title. Now, I don't know how much of power falls at the end of the alphabet, but none of it is in here. One of the problems of big projects with lots of contributors all over the world is that they can take a lot of time. And in the preface, the editor admits that this project took way longer than he ever imagined. You can also see examples of that throughout the work. There's a lot of entries that are pretty short that the editor had to write himself to fill in for what looks like contributors who didn't deliver. The biggest problem with this book is the index. You'll notice if you look up a subject like rhetoric, it's in volume 2, page 578 to 580. The problem is there's only one volume. There is no volume 2. It was all condensed and published in one edition. Come on, Sage, your editors can do better than that. My software has a find and replace button where I could have taken out all the volume references. I'm sure yours does too. You shouldn't have let this slip through. Like all Sage reference books, you can get it in paper or online, your choice. Sage is very good about releasing all their new reference titles as ebooks as well as paper books. And now for your quiz. Do you want this book in your library? If you're an academic that supports programs in political science, psychology, sociology, definitely you want to have the Encyclopedia of Power. If it's a public library, if you have patrons who want to dominate the world, they might want to use this too. So, your decision, Sage Encyclopedia of Power, very good academic resource with a few oddities thrown in.